All right, it's officially recording, so I can.
Okay.
But I mean,
Okay, let me buy this, and then we're good. Buy this flight.
congratulations to all your success.
What success? I'm just buying a flight, man. I'm trying to be there for our good friend Herb.
Jakob Herbert, I bet.
18. I gotta hit next because it's just a layover. Next flight, and then please scroll down for me. Thank you. I need a window seat. That's where I like to sit, so I can lay my head on the window. And then I'll do the hotel later. And you and I can decide on the hotel. Optional Sanchez. March 11th. Yeah. Done. Yes, protect my trip. I'm not a psychopath.
Of what?
When you ask for insurance to protect your trip, like hell yeah, I'm getting insurance. You never know what's gonna happen. Nine. Almost done. I can't believe the first week is against Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. It should be a good game though. That means cheap food. Oh, so happy. That's the stadium I recommend to go if you haven't been there.
Yeah, this will be my first time traveling for a Steeler game.
6-1, please enter a valid. Did I type it wrong? Oh, of course I did.
Needless to say, I'm going to be saving, not be spending a whole lot of money in the future.
Exactly. 05 075. Okay. Yes. Oh. Florida.
Tickets to this Giants game are not bad at all.
I know they're not. We're thinking about where we're supposed to go. Review and pay. I get my carry-on for free. I don't need to do a check bag. Good. Orlando is booked. That's my confirmation. Need to save that. Done. All right. Flights are booked. All right. Let's go.
All right. 3. Yo, what is good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast here. I am Jeffrey Kirby. As always, each and every week, we're joined by Jarryd. Jarryd, how in the hell are you?
Doing great. Planning already for the season.
Absolutely. So yeah, we literally 2 seconds before we just clicked record, we're talking about our trips for the Steelers season, and so me and Jarryd are changing it up a little bit.
We are.
We last few years we've done the home opener, and that is not going to be the case this year for me nor Jarryd, and which is going to feel weird. It's going to kind of suck when we get there.
Yeah.
But we got a wedding to go to that weekend for our boy Herb. Y'all know him. Y'all have seen him on the show before.
Shout out.
So again, congratulations to him and to Alexis, his fiance. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing that. And, of course, which already I got a grade. NFL. Really? We asked for one thing from you. We asked for one thing from you, and you couldn't give us that. We asked, please don't give us a home opener on week 3. So what do? You give us the home opener on week 3, and you did what you did with the schedule. What the fuck did the Steelers do to you?
Just had a feeling with the Pirates playing the first 2 weeks at home.
My hope was that Monday night week 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because the final game of the Pirates was that Sunday at like 1:40. And then they fly out to, I want to say it's St. Louis. I was hoping to say, hey, maybe we could get a Monday night game. Yeah. But of course, the NFL,
no,
can't help us out any way possible. But yeah, so what games are you looking to go to this year, Mr. Jarryd?
Well, week 1, I'll be in Atlanta for attendance against, Kirk Cousins. It'll be a very interesting game. Arthur Smith revenge game.
Yes, sir.
They say. And then the Jets game Sunday night against Aaron Rodgers. It's those 2 games for sure. For now, I will be in attendance for sure. Tempting about that Vegas game that Kirby's trying to go here, but I'm just gonna hold it off.
I'm wearing a Kirby shirt.
I really want to go, but oh man.
Well, let me just say this. First and foremost, Jarryd, financially, he is doing just fine. He'll be able to go easily, no problem. Congratulations to him and all of his success.
No,
but yeah, the game that I am going to try to go to, or that I am, if I can make it happen, it's happening. Is I'm going to Vegas. It'll be my first time going to Vegas, which sucks. Well, not going to Vegas this year will not suck. But what sucked was I was supposed to go to Vegas in 2020 for the NFL draft, and we all saw how that obviously went.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then if I can make it work, I'd like to do the Giants or Monday night game. If I can make it work. If not, the Browns game.
I'm thinking a divisional game later in the season.
You could always come to.
The problem is they put it again on a Thursday night again in Cleveland.
3rd time in 6 years.
So is there a reason why? We're gonna get into it. The schedule of this is pretty brutal for us.
Let's go ahead and pop that old bad boy up here. Let's zoom in for you guys so you guys can get a better look at that bad boy. So this is the official schedule for the 2024 Pittsburgh Steelers. And obviously, Jarryd, I think you should come to this game right here.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to recruit as many people as I can to come to that game. But yeah, so this is the schedule. So you get week 1 at Atlanta. Again, Jarryd's going to be there in attendance, so you guys could go and get his autograph, and you can do all that. But yeah, that's going to be
interesting, man.
First game. An interesting game.
I just don't know what to expect. I just don't know. Really don't know.
It's going to be interesting because of the fact that you have Kirk Cousins, starting quarterback there. They've went out. I mean, obviously we know with what they did with the draft. So
yeah.
But overall, they have some expectations on them to probably win the South, or at least be a contender in the South.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's going to be a tough matchup, obviously. But Arthur, some of the players are going to maybe want to get revenge on Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith's going to want to get revenge on the Atlanta Falcons. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. And speaking of the South, apparently a little bit ago, it was reported that the Steelers met with former Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas.
Really?
Slant boy himself.
Really? I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
That just happened?
About 20 minutes ago, while we were traveling.
That's We'll talk about the Steelers, what they need in a little bit. I want to with the schedule first.
Yeah,
the offense of the Falcons is what it's going to be very worrying to me.
Because considering the Atlanta Falcons, they did not get to the quarterback well last year.
No, defense, I'm not that too much worried about. Their offense is what I'm worried. Like they got talent, They got talent on that offense, and Kirk Cousins should elevate it.
Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. If there's someone else that I'm forgetting about.
So they traded him for him. I know who you're talking about. It's from Arizona. I know who you're talking about, and I don't know his name. But that receiver.
Rondale Moore, maybe?
Rondale Moore, yes, that is him. You look at that. On the money. But
oh, go ahead.
But we're going to win that game. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
That's all
I like it. All right, so then you go – so we start off week 1 with the Arthur Smith Revenge Tour, and we go into week 2 with the Russell Wilson Revenge Tour in Denver, 425 game. And lordy, will that game
that'll be crazy. Wow, first game back and already.
Russell Wilson versus Bo Nix, baby.
Oh my gosh, Bo Nix,
favorite quarterback in the NFL, Bo Nix.
No. If we lose to Bo Nix, I don't know. It's early in the season, I guess, but should not lose this game. I say the first 2 weeks, not confident, but pretty confidently, should be 2-0. Now, will they be? I don't know.
Then we move on to week number 3, the Los Angeles Chargers home opener, 1 p.m. game, 10 a.m. LA time. So they'll be playing, obviously that. So the home, obviously with the Chargers, they have been an absolute crapshoot. Their wide receiver core is just simply
awful,
not great at all. But Justin Herbert's Justin Herbert. That dude is an absolute dog. And then obviously they still got the 2 pass rushers over there, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, who came from the Ohio State, by the way, former national champion, baby. Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. Let's go, brother.
Right. And who's their head coach? Where do you come from?
Oh, that cheating team? Yeah.
The University of Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
That cheating ass team? Cheating ass.
All right.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Herb, too. But yeah, I listen, the Chargers are a very wonky team, but we know that even with the lack of, and let's not forget too, they lost Austin Eckler.
Yep.
So their offense is going to be a little wonky. They're going to try to run the football a lot. We all know how Jim Harbaugh is. But there is there's a good shot you could go into the season starting out 3-0.
It's a good chance. I like to see that. But
however, what I will say is either between Denver and LA, part of me feels like we're going to lose one of those 2 games.
It really does, because it's not an easy schedule. Honestly, the rest of the not many easy games.
If history serves out well, the game that we would lose is the home opener, because we have not won a home opener since 2017.
Well, maybe our luck will change because we're not there this time. If they win the home opener when we're not there, that means I'm not going back.
That is a lie, because you are going back to 5.
We'll see.
Oh, no, there ain't no we'll see. We're dragging your ass there. I will fly to Florida to drag your ass there. Instead of taking a 2-hour drive to Pittsburgh, I will fly 2 hours to Orlando, then fly 2 hours to, or however long it is, to Pittsburgh and drag your ass there.
Same amount of time, 2.5.
So, and then you get to Indianapolis. So then you start out so you start your 3 of your 4 first 4 games are on the road this year, which,
not many, man, the home games are just not only like back, man. Oh, I guess. It's just rough. Very rough. Not a lot of home games.
And I mean, this is a game that would be interesting to go to. I know.
I wish it was later in the season. I really want to go to Indianapolis.
Why would you want to go to Indianapolis and later on in the season when it's cold?
Listen, that's fine. Listen, it's about finances here a little bit, for me at least.
Do I need to?
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Don't let this man fool you. But yeah, I and listen, and the Colts, we obviously know with Anthony Richardson, that dude, he's shown a little something before he got hurt last year. Yep. But you always have to watch out with guys like that. And listen, we got the brakes beaten off of us last year from him. So,
yep.
And I was obviously without him. So it's you got to think Michael Pittman's there, Alec Pierce.
Yep.
Listen. Last year, their pass rusher was pretty damn good. I think they had the most sacks in franchise history, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So obviously they could get to the quarterback, and they added to that.
Yep.
So that's going to be a tough game this year.
Tough. No, I 100% agree. Very tough.
I think it's realistically to say that you can say that we're going to go either 3-1 to 2-2. We're not going to go 0-4, but we're not going 4-0.
God, if we go 0-4, I don't know how long. Like if Russell Wilson's he's on a short leash. As much as I hate to say it, but
And then you get to week number 5, Sunday Night Football. Which, by the way, so here's a little interesting tidbits about the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that the Chargers are the home opener.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, originally it was supposed to be the Cowboys.
Originally, yep.
Supposed to be the Cowboys. The Steelers did not like the fact that we had a quote-unquote premier opponent on the home opener. And obviously, it's the Chargers. And we saw what happened last year when they had a quote-unquote premier opponent.
Yeah.
They got the brakes beaten off of them. Now, am I saying that Dallas is San Francisco in terms of talent? No. Are they a premier opponent in terms of brand and marketing and all that? Absolutely. They're probably the biggest in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But this was something that I was hoping for the Steelers when we were hoping for like a week 2 Monday night game, something like that. My dream would have been Sunday Night Football week 2 against the Cowboys or Monday Night Football. That would have been my dream, but obviously
can't live in that.
Yeah, can't live in dreamland here. But and listen, we obviously know Dallas is Dallas. Dak Prescott, he could put it out there.
Yep. But they beat us last time. They came over.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, we beat them last time here or there, but yeah, they did beat us in 2016, which, by the way, that game still pisses me off to this day.
Don't remind me about that game. The one play. Never mind. All right. and who ran into that end zone and missed? Never mind. Oof.
Yeah, wow. that game was annoying. Very annoying. Then you move on to the Las Vegas Raiders, which, again, I will be in attendance at, and hopefully we'll convince Jarryd to be there as well.
Oh, jeez. We'll see.
But yeah, I obviously their quarterback situation is just a complete crapshoot.
Yeah, they just.
But yet again, it feels like there's the one game a year where we lose to a quarterback that we shouldn't lose to. And obviously you got Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew.
That's what we lost to.
I mean, God.
It's a toss-up. Just a toss-up. Oh, their defense is still not that great, but
they still have Max Crosby.
That's, I guess that's the only one I know, though.
And then obviously they went and drafted Brock Bowers, too. Let's not forget about him.
Oh, great. It's such a weird pick to me, but okay. It took me a second. I guess they're going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets, I guess, but.
Well, it was weird too. Well, it's weird, but it's not weird. It's weird because they'd also, let's not forget they drafted Michael Mayer last year in the second round. Yep. But it's not weird too because if you base it on he is a pass catcher rather than labeling him as a tight end, your thoughts are he's more of a receiving tight end. So if you wanted to run a 2 tight end set with him and Mayer, you can do that, and you can run. And you'll be able to create mismatches from defenses and maybe get slot corners or linebackers on him where he's going to be able to feast on those.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I think I think people got stuck on the tight end part of it rather than maybe broadening it out a little bit and saying he's a pass catcher.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. And obviously I'll be in attendance, so.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next game, which is the another Sunday night game. So we have 3 primetime games in the span of 4 weeks, and we get at home versus the New York Football Jets. Aaron Rodgers coming to town.
That's gonna be a good game. Their defense is better. Aaron Rodgers should. I hope he's healthy. I would like to see him play. Personally, but still lose. But.
And obviously, the Jets are a tough team.
The Jets are no slouch. They're not no slouch. With Aaron Rodgers there, it's a different team. If Aaron Rodgers isn't there, then
they don't have Cougar Boy running the ship over there. They shipped him over to Denver. Man, that's a tough matchup.
That is a very tough matchup.
And then you go to another. You move on from one New York football team to the other. You go from the Jets to the Giants on Monday Night Football. That'll be the Halloween game. And, hey, listen, that should be a game that you should win.
Should.
Again, it's Pittsburgh Steelers.
Should win.
It's Pittsburgh Steelers. We know
it's Daniel Jones. I will never hear the end of it from my uncle if the Giants beat us. He's a big Giants fan.
Ew.
I know.
Although, you know what's funny is I hate New York. I hate New York people for the most part. I hate Knicks fans. I hate Yankees fans.
Yeah.
I don't hate, even though a majority of them are the same, I don't hate Jets or Giants fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird as that sounds. I don't hate Jets or Giants fans.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe it's also because I haven't had a bad interaction with one yet.
No, I don't think you have.
We'll let that change, and then I probably will. But, well, actually, I lie. They're not all the same because the Yankee fans are also Laker fans, and Laker fans are also Dallas Cowboy fans, and Dallas Cowboy fans are also Duke basketball fans. And now,
oh my God, here we go. Go on a tangent.
Bandwagon bastards. And they're probably also Bama fans or maybe Georgia. They're probably Scotty Scheffler fans. They're probably Denny Hamlin and NASCAR fans. Bandwagon bastards. But you know what's one game that I can guarantee you that we do not lose?
Oh, don't say guarantee. I don't want to hear that word.
The bye week.
Oh, I was about to say.
We cannot lose in the bye week. We are not the Cleveland Browns here. Only the Cleveland Browns will find a way to lose in a bye week. So then, if you want to get as close to a game that you should guarantee a win, it would be this game. Even it's at Washington. I mean, although Jaden Daniels is that dude, I think he's still raw. As much as I loved him, he's still raw. We don't know exactly how he's going to be, but
it's going to take some time.
Outside of him, they ain't got. I mean, their defensive line is good, but
Scary Terry. That's all I know.
Yeah, from the Ohio State Buckeyes. And then here's where the gauntlet begins.
Why did they do this? Is my first question.
So we go 4 straight divisional games.
Yep.
4 straight divisional games. What the hell? At home versus Baltimore. Thursday, and then immediately Thursday night football. You already know that Steelers-Ravens games, even in 2024, are still bloodbaths.
Yeah.
Then you go to Cleveland, at Cleveland, playing Thursday night football.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to Cincinnati. Then you go right back home to play Cleveland again. And then we just think, all right, we're finally done with the division for a week. Oh, wait, we just had the Philadelphia Eagles, which, by the way.
My gosh.
By the way. I have one wish.
Oh, boy.
I don't wish injury on people at all. No, I'm not wishing injury on people.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
But if Jalen Hurts' shoulder wants to, be
I gotta say this.
Just poor. I don't want anything bad to him. I don't want anything torn. I want him to be able to play just fine the very next week. He can do that just fine. But for 1 week, I need him to sit out this game.
Because
I
need a
need
good game to go to Philadelphia. So that'll be a good game to go to Philadelphia.
You can deal with them assholes. So
No,
but if you guys want to go and put in that old backup quarterback in that game, but you know what? Imagine.
No, there's no way they're gonna. No, there's no way. There's no way. Well, I wouldn't say there's no way. Very unlikely.
Oh, you know how bad it would be if Kenny Pickett ended up playing in that game and somehow beat us?
I'll never hear the end of it.
I think I will delete social media. Podcast is officially over.
No.
Y'all will never hear from me again. I'm vanishing off from the face of the earth.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's so unlikely, but I get where you're coming from.
Oh God.
But a 4:25 game, okay, and then is that a Saturday game right after?
It is.
Against Baltimore. Jesus.
So we go from a Saturday game.
This is the issue that I have after this game. Couple days to play on Christmas at 1 p.m.
Against the Kansas City Tay-Tays.
I understand it's the Chiefs. Can we make it Christmas night? Like, not during at 1 o'clock?
Who is the other game in that game?
Baltimore and the Texans. I think they're 4 o'clock. Why can't we just have a 4 o'clock?
Yeah, Ravens and Texans at 4:30. And you know what, too? Hey, NFL. I have another gripe with you. You greedy bastards.
Oh my God! I'm don't get started. I was on a tangent about this earlier. I think I know where you're going with.
Do you want to go on the tangent?
If it's about the streaming service platform, I hate it.
The floor is yours.
The amount of money I have to pay to watch my team play on TV should not be almost $1,000. Basically, is what I'm getting to. Almost. You got YouTube TV. You got to pay what, $350 for the season? If I had to guess, $350.
For the Sunday tickets, somewhere $350, $400.
Yeah, and then you got to get Amazon Prime for Amazon Prime games for Thursday. That's like $10 or $15.
Which I already have. So.
I already have too. Then you got Peacock. Don't forget about Peacock, another streaming service that people pay for. And then now you're adding Netflix into the situation, which is another $10 to $20 a month that you have to pay for just to watch your team play. It is, I know it's all about money, but what about affordability is what I'm trying to be here. We're trying to be reasonable here. I remember
they care about
they don't. They don't. They care about money. That's what they all care about.
They care about filling their pockets.
I do remember where all games used to be on cable. What happened to that?
Companies saw another way to make hundreds of more millions of dollars in streaming.
And then the NFL letting this happen.
They're the ones that are making the deals.
I know. But still. God.
What? Now, if you're in Pittsburgh, I don't think the Netflix game should matter because I think their show... Yeah. They'll have to show it locally there,
locally, I guess.
So you have that.
But for the rest of us that don't live in
Pittsburgh, and you know what, too? Netflix, it's not even like you can just borrow someone's account for a day because now they shut that down.
Mm-hmm.
God, you greedy bastards.
That's my tangent on streaming services. It's annoying. I hate paying more money for one extra game. For one game I'm gonna watch on Netflix and not watch again.
I'm gonna have a watch party on Christmas Day, and I'm gonna charge people.
And my other issue is the turnaround from the Saturday game to 1:00 game. At least for the Ravens, they get an extra couple hours rest. I get on Christmas.
Now, to be fair,
they go on the road, unfortunately.
So to be fair, obviously the Chiefs play Saturday at 1:00 on NBC. We play at 4:25 or 4:30 on Saturday. So obviously the four teams that are playing on Saturday, the 21st, are going to be obviously the teams that are playing on Christmas Day. But it's
okay. I guess the give and take for a couple hours difference, I guess. But I would like for it to be a 4:00 and 8:00 game. It's Christmas Day. It's 1:00. I understand it's football.
I'm going to be grilling at 1:00. I smoke a Christmas ham on Christmas.
Like everyone's with their families, mostly trying to,
this is Thanksgiving here.
I know Thanksgiving, but still, this is not Thanksgiving. This is not Thanksgiving.
Christmas is supposed to be the season of giving, and all you're doing is giving us headaches and financial trouble.
My one Christmas wish is to beat the Chiefs, please. There's going to be a lot of Swifties there, for sure.
You know what's funny is I was talking to someone today. I was at my local cigar shop, and she's a huge Tom Brady fan.
Uh-huh.
And you know where he's going to be week 1 calling his first game for Fox.
Uh-huh.
It's in Cleveland.
Yep.
It's the Dallas-Cleveland game. And she's talking about how she wants to go because Tom Brady's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all thinking, wait a second. He's not playing. He's announcing.
Yep.
So if you wanted to see him more, you would stay at home and watch the game.
Yep.
It's like the same thing with the Swifties. The Swifties are going to want to go to that game to go and try to find Taylor Swift in a damn suite.
Mm-hmm. Which you're gonna see maybe for a little bit, and then never see. Well, I would say never, but come on. I understand people want the public interaction. You want to meet meet your celebrities. I respect it. It's just not worth it if you're not a football. Well, if you're not a football fan, I guess, but I don't know. Bringing more viewership is all that matters, right? Or bringing more fans in the stands is all that matters. In the end, Kirby's all about money. It's all about money.
Yep.
Money talks.
And then we end off the season against the Cincinnati Bengals at home. Obviously, you never know how that game's going to fully go in terms of. Yep. But we don't know date and time. Obviously, yet again, nobody knows. So
nobody knows till it gets close.
But so yeah, there is the 2024 gauntlet. That is one of the hardest schedules in the NFL. But you know what?
It is the hardest schedule from week 11 to week 18.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of strength of schedule, it is the hardest.
Oh, it is. Well, still.
But you know what? I had a thought.
I just want to say this. If we go with a winning record this season, I don't want to hear it. This is a tough gauntlet in itself. If we get 9 to 10 wins and make the playoffs, I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it about the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I remember another time when the Steelers had the toughest schedule in the NFL.
No. Here we go with another conspiracies.
And it's ironic because this is not the last time, because these things go in cycles.
Yep, it does.
16 years ago.
Yes.
We also had the toughest schedule in the NFL.
Oh my gosh.
We also played Dallas at home. We also played Philadelphia on the road. We played Washington on the road. We played the Giants at home.
Did you look this up and
No,
just
this
try
is
to?
literally off of Dome.
Okay,
From the Dome. That season would have been the 2008 season.
man, you
I
really trying
think,
to start
I think you
conspiracies.
know what happened in the 2008 season.
It would be very nice to win the Super Bowl.
So, needless to say, 2025 Super Bowl champions, Pittsburgh Steelers.
I wish. Well,
Stairway to
I
7.
hope. I hope. I hope. This
And
is my it's always Super Bowl and bust every year for us. But if I'm gonna be realistic, 100% realistic, they need to make the playoffs and win one round. That's literally what the goal is. Get into playoffs and win a game in the playoffs.
and
Please.
you know what's funny is I'm looking at the schedule here. So February 9th is when when I think the Super Bowl is or might be, whatever. Say they win that Super Bowl, you're gonna have that parade probably Wednesday the 12th, maybe Thursday the 13th. I work in the flower industry, and
Oh.
Valentine's Day's that week. And if the Steelers were to win the Super Bowl, you can bet your ass I will not be working that week, or I will not be working them days that the parade is. I don't care what the situation is. My ass is going to the 412 to that damn parade, just like all of us will be. Because I know Jarryd is booking his flight. Herb will be there. Every single Steeler Twitter person that you know will probably be there. It would be a blast of a party.
Oh my gosh.
But
I hope it happens. But I'm just putting my, realistic cap on here.
I am putting my realistic cap on. We're going 17-0 and winning the Super Bowl.
I hope so. That means Russell Wilson is the answer for the next couple of years.
Steelers or NFL schedule release where 32 teams think they're going 17-0 and win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
It's a wonderful time.
Oh my gosh. I'm saying 9 to 10 wins right now. If I had to predict.
It's going to be a fun one. You know what isn't fun is negotiations.
No, it's not.
And one Cameron Heyward, who by the way came from the Ohio State.
Yes, we all know.
He is in contract negotiations with the Steelers for a potential extension.
Mm-hmm.
And let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Being, obviously taking the fandom out of it and
hard.
putting, the football mind / GM mind. If you are the Steelers GM, Steelers general manager Jarryd Sanchez.
Oh boy.
Are you giving Cam Heyward an extension? And if you do, what would the terms that you would have liked to have that contract on?
Wow. That's tough. I want to extend him personally,
but that's the fan in you.
Yes, I do. But with my GM hat, it's tough. It really is. I give him maybe 2 years if it's business cap model. I don't know if they would do it. If I was doing it, I say 2 years, just a little bit longer. But I wouldn't pay him a whole bunch of money. I don't know if he's worth that much. I'm sorry.
So let me say this. So what do you think is too much money? Because I think I'm going to set something up here.
Okay. What's his contract right now is the question.
So we can look this up here. Cam Heyward contract. All right, so he had signed a 4-year, $78 million extension back in 2020.
How much is that?
So right now, this year, he has a $22 million cap hit.
Wow, that's a lot of money. $22 million. Was that $22 million a year, or was it just that's his cap hit?
That's his cap hit. $6 million dead cap. I want to say he's going to make it's like 16. Let's go to over the cap. That'll be easier. That'll tell me more. So yeah, he has 0 guaranteed dollars. So his base salary is $16 million and a prorated signing bonus of $6.5.
$16 million. So that's why it's 22. Oh man, $16 million a year. Honestly, it's tough. For 2 years, if I had to say we could stay them just another 2 years for $16 million a year, I would. Wow, that's tough. I don't know if I could do it for 16.
All right, and I'm setting something up here because I'm pulling it up here. I'm on Sport Track right now. I'm gonna set something up here because
I might go 32 for the next 2 years. But if you do the pro rate, that's add another 12. That's $48 million. I don't know if they do that. Ah, man. And he wants to play 3 to 4 more years in that report, if I saw correctly.
Okay, so right now, in terms of average salary this year, he will be making the 25th most among defensive linemen. And I'm not talking edge rushers, I'm talking
D linemen.
Like
wow.
or actually, yes, it's like D ends and D tackles. I'm not talking about like outside linebackers who are pass rushers. So he is 25th at $16.4 million. Wow. So let me ask you this. So say you give him, because there's multiple things with this. Say you extend him, let's just an even number, 2 years, $40 million.
Yep.
So $20 million per year. Mm-hmm. That would make him tied for the 17th most in the NFL. Do you think that he could be a top 15 defensive lineman in the NFL? I mean, look at guys. I'll name off some of the guys that are.
Please do name the guys.
Obviously, Nick Bosa's number one. Of course, he's great. Chris Jones, he's great. Christian Wilkins, he just got a bag. Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Justin Matabuke just got a bag. Mm-hmm. Derek Brown, he's pretty damn good. Quinn Williams is good. Jeffrey Simmons, Max Crosby, DeForest Buckner, Daron Payne, Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Javon Hargrave, Trey Hendrickson, Christian Barmore.
Wow.
And then Von Miller.
Honestly.
And then you go a tiny bit down. Jonathan Grenard, Jonathan Allen. So those are $18, $19 million guys. My thing is, at the end of the day, if you think that he could be within that range, then you do it. Or if you want to try to get him at $16 million again, then you get guys that are above $16 million. So Cameron's at $16.4. Above that is Grady Jarrett, Ed Oliver, Draymond Jones, Kenny Clark, Vita Vea. Mm-hmm. I think that Cam Heyward still could be that guy. Yep. Because I still think at the end of the day, while last year he did not have that great of a year, he wasn't healthy. Yep. I think in terms of just basic strength, he still has it. I still think he has the ability to cause havoc.
Yeah, get to the quarterback if can.
You can still get to the quarterback. So I think at the end of the day, I am in the idea that I would extend him, not only because you keep him for a couple more years, this will be his final extension, and then you'll go off into the sunset and retire.
Yep.
But also it will lower the cap hit for this year as well, because we know it. Let's just say, for example, June 1st will be coming up here in a couple weeks. Things will start to get interesting again with this whole wide receiver thing. If you want to try to create more cap, you can do that by extending him. And listen, if you extend him and you lower that cap hit this year, say he retires at the end of the year, oh well, you don't have to pay him. So at the end of the day, that's how I would do it.
I agree.
Now it's obviously way easier said than done.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, and the people that are saying, "Oh, $20 million, that's way too much," I don't think that people are understanding that
Not too
how
much.
much money defensive linemen are making. I mean, like I said, right now he's making the 25th most right now in the NFL. And if you upgrade that to, like I said, at even 20 million, he'd be tied for 17th most paid defensive lineman in the NFL. And I saw it's talking about defensive ends and D tackles. We're not even talking about outside pass rushers.
Yep.
The TJ Watts, those guys.
Nope, I agree. After thinking about it, I agree. How long would you extend them for is the question.
I would give him, I'd give him probably.
I say that's
1 to 2 years. 2 years absolute max.
Really?
Because then you get him this year, 2 more years.
Mm-hmm.
2 years is the max that I would extend him for.
I agree. He has to basically, I think, he retires as a Steeler, basically. Doesn't go anywhere else. That's just how I see it. I agree. 100% agree. With Cam Heyward. I think everyone's being a little too jumpy about, extending him or not. It's too much or all that. But 1 or 2 more, he's not going anywhere else. I just don't see him anything other than a Steeler, and I think he knows that as well.
Yeah, I think people are too quick to look at the just real basic stuff and not break it down at all.
Yep.
And like I said, if you said right now, given a 35-year-old 2 years, 40 million, you're like, eh. But when you break it down, hey, lowers the cap hit for this year. If he retires, well, then you ain't gonna
get you another player.
And also too, it could give you an extra year or so to find a true heir apparent to him. Because if you look at it, they have Keanu Benton, but outside of that, they have not done a great job of drafting guys in that interior. I mean, we thought DeMarvin Leal was going to be something a couple years ago, not being the case. It gives them a chance to find another interior guy to truly be the heir apparent or to be someone that could play next to Keanu Benton.
Yep. Yeah, because, what's his name? Ogunjobi's not going to be there forever as well. So
exactly.
So I agree. Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. That's one player about, I guess, some contract negotiations going on. I'm sure we haven't talked about it. The other one, the 5th-year option was declined.
For Najee Harris.
And people thinking, oh, this is his last year, or blah, 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 blah.
And it very well could be. I mean,
and it very well could be, which I don't respect it. But that doesn't mean that they're talking about a new contract as we speak, or maybe not. I don't know what they're going to do in that direction. The 5th-year option wasn't that expensive to pick up, so it's kind of, shocking that they didn't, but kind of isn't, I guess. I
was a little dumbfounded and a little upset that the fact that they didn't pick that up, because I thought that picking that up was a no-brainer, considering the fact that, I mean, has he been great? No. But has he been bad? No. He's had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Yep. Now, in terms of his pass catching production, that has dropped significantly from year 1 to year 2 to year 3. Granted, look at who's the quarterback. But, and also let's not forget, too, that they have now vastly improved that offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
So you've done that. And I think part of it, too, was, and this is the thought, is remember last year when he made a comment about how he thought that the way that things were going there, how they were treating practices and all that there should be a little bit of change, and maybe there was a chance that some of the coaching staff Mike Tomlin got a little butthurt over that and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? And they took away his captain badge, which, by the way, I think is stupid. If that was the reason why they take away his captain badge, I think that's dumb, because that's showing that he's being a true leader and saying, hey, listen, I noticed that things are not going well here.
Yep.
Thank you very much there, Sport Trek, for randomly playing ads. But if you think that I just think that it was dumb for them to not pick that up. If you don't agree, like he didn't like how practices were going or whatever, blah blah blah. If he's one of your leaders, you should say, hey, you should sit down, talk. Why do you feel this way? Whatever, blah blah blah. And if there are valid reasons, then hey, there are. We're not talking about Chase Claypool and wanting music at practice. We're not talking about dumb shit like that. No. That at least we think that we know.
I wish I could hear. I want to know his thoughts, Najee's thoughts. That's what I really want to know. I'm gonna get him on the show, right?
We'll see what we can do. But yeah, I was a little dumbfounded by, and for the fact that he's a running back. Why not pick up the 5th-year option? Like you said, it wasn't expensive. It was like what, 6 points something?
6.7 or 6.2.
6.4.
So around there. It wasn't
that's nothing.
It is.
That's not a whole lot of money for running backs.
Just to have a duo running back, with Jalen Warren too in the back, you have a 1-2 punch still going.
Not only that, you also have it where, because Jalen Warren's a free agent at the end of this year as well. Mm-hmm. I think.
Ooh, man,
why not just run the wheels or keep on churning the wheels until the wheels fall off?
Yep.
Did it with Le'Veon Bell. Why not do it with Najee? You have and it's going to cost you a lot less to do it.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, it's just if they have a big season, they're going to expect a lot more money.
So, I was a little dumbfounded by that, but you know what? I mean, it's the NFL.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But other than that, I think that's really about it for this episode. Not a whole lot going on right now. Obviously, OTAs will be starting up, and voluntary minicamp will be starting up here soon.
Yep.
So it's going to be. Mm-hmm. We're getting there. We're getting closer.
We're getting there for sure. I got one thing to say. One thing. I think you know where this is going to go. How do you feel about joining the couch with me? It's how do you think about it? This. Oh, here we go.
Let me ask you this. We're turning this back on you because you brought it on yourself. How does it feel to blow that big ass lead in Game 7 there, bud?
As expected.
It was expected for you guys to blow a 20-something point lead?
Yes. Yes. It's a young team. They want a cold stretch after the second half. Of course, you don't believe, which is fine. I hope Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland stay. That offseason is going to be a great talk for you guys.
Well, here's what I will say. Both of them are not staying. It's one or the other.
Yeah. I know. Oh, I know. Which one you'd rather keep is the question.
Which one would I rather keep? I'd rather keep Donnie.
Yeah, I that's what I thought too. I would too.
But, and I know that there's a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot to go on. Is your head coach going to be there?
I hope not. I hope he gets the Matt Canada trade. Hey, listen. By the way, that JB Bickerstaff has been relieved of his duties as head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Tweet is going to hit harder than AIDS in the 90s.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! Wow. Just when I saw they weren't playing, was it like Game 5 or it was Game 5 or Game 6? Oh my god!
It was Game 4 and Game 5. He did not play.
Oh wow, Jesus! Both games.
Well, listen, it's not going to surprise me if Donovan Mitchell ends up needing some sort of surgery.
No, well, of course.
I mean, listen, the dude backpacked this fucking team in the playoffs, and
I know it was amazing to watch. I'll tell you that much. It was in person too. Even though great player to watch him play. It was when he dropped 50 and then Game 5 in Orlando, and still lost. Or 6, sorry.
Yeah,
it's Game 6 in Orlando and still lost. It just shows.
But. Yeah, there's a lot that could go on about that, but I know our viewership don't care about that.
No.
But I do want to say thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you guys did enjoy, and if you guys did, smash the like button, hit the red subscribe button, drop a comment. And until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, and fuck the Magic, or fuck Michigan, fuck the Magic, and fuck the Yankees, and fuck UCF. Goodbye, everyone.